And now it's time to speak to Kathy from Mitre 10, our horticulturist. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Thurston. How are you this morning?
Yeah, no, I'm good. As we were saying just before, that it's been a good night for the sport, and everyone be enlightened that the Socceroos, not the Socceroos, the Matildas got through.
Matildas, yeah. No, I started watching them last week, and I was getting too nervous, so I had to turn it off. So my thing is, if I don't watch it, I can't jinx them, so I find out the next day. So I was very happy.
Yeah, no, they did really good. And now they're in the semi-finals, which is unbelievable. And then next weekend is the final. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful for them.
Yep.
I think everyone's behind them. Cheers them on.
No, it's good. So the weather, you get occasional couple of hours of sun, and then yesterday I was in the garden, and suddenly I thought this big cloud coming, and then the rain comes. So I got a few things done, but not enough.
No, it's good to get that rain. It rained a lot yesterday.
Yes.
Overnight. So everyone is waiting for more rain, so we got some, which is good. Good for all the tanks and good for the gardens. And, when I was driving to South Australia the other week, it's all green and the dams are all full all the way there. So
that's great.
I think we'll have a good spring.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. So it's almost spring now, so what should we be doing to prepare for spring?
Yes, spring. This calendar spring comes in a couple of weeks, so we're in that little tiny bit of stage that I said we call sprinter, which is, as you said, you get some nice days, and then it gets back to cold, and everyone's a bit surprised, and then you go, well, it still is actually winter. So, but there are people out and about looking for tomato seeds to start in their hot houses. So it's just before winter finishes, just remember to spray your fruit trees with the copper sprays or lime sulphur, just to make sure that the leaf curl doesn't come to your stone fruit. And it also helps with any other diseases and mites and insects that have been harbouring over winter and all the funguses. It just gives them a good start for spring.
The funguses are really, especially with the moist air and the mild conditions, you get a lot of mold, don't you?
Yeah, we got a lot of funguses, moulds, and all that last spring because it was so wet. So nice little balance. So the sun's out there to dry the water off the plants, so they can sort of struggle through. But a bit of, as I said, copper sprays are good. And also give your fruit trees a prune if you haven't already. And you might as well feed them at the same time, even though it's still a bit cold, the soil. At least you get those jobs out the way and done with, so you don't have to worry about doing that in a few weeks' time. Same with your roses. Get out there and prune your roses. Cut them right back. Don't be scared to cut back really hard because they do recover and grow much better with the prune.
With the cutting back, I noticed that Jasna did it a few days ago, and it's just like one twig now. There's no buds on it at all. Is it really meant to be that strong, the cut back?
They are, yeah. They're a bramble, so, you cut them right back. And where you can't see any, it's best to cut back to just above a bud, but sometimes you can't see the buds, and they'll just be this little tiny bump that will grow as soon as they get a bit of warmth.
Right.
So you give them a good cut back, spray them. You can spray them with lime sulphur as well while they've got no leaves. Mine are starting to leap up already. Haven't pruned them all, so I've got to get into that today.
Yeah.
And give them, again, your roses a good prune. Also, you would have noticed driving around or in your own gardens that a lot of the grevilleas are out in flower and a lot of other natives, so it's a good time to feed your natives too. Everything needs a bit of food. So they don't need much, but either one of those slow-release ones for natives or even some of the pelletised ones, you just use about a quarter to half what you would use for your normal plants. But most of the packets these days will have an amount on for natives because you don't want to overdo them.
Yeah.
But they'll all be looking really nice in the garden at the moment too.
Yeah, there's still a lot of flowers out, even though it's not spring yet. I saw a few daffodils out this week.
Yeah, they always come out early. The daffodils should be out, budding up or out now. And same as your jonquils. I even saw the start of the spring flowering bulbs that you had to plant back in autumn.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
all the anemones are budding up too, and my freesias are budding. So they'll start to come out soon, and it's a lovely time of year.
Yeah, no, it is a good time of year. Yeah, it's a lot of, you see it getting lighter a little bit more earlier in the morning, which is good.
Yeah, I wish I just had daylight savings all year round. So
No, you've got to wait till the 1st of October for that one. Another 2 months.
I know. My daughter's getting married on the second weekend in October.
Oh.
So, by that stage, we'll be daylight savings, which will be good.
Yeah, congratulations.
You're around now for flowers that will be flowering at that time to sort of work out a bouquet for her.
Yeah.
So, in pink. So it's a bit of fun working out which ones will be in flower and then trying to work out which ones she'd like to have.
Yeah, that's an exciting time for you. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. One of my sons should have landed now. He jetted off with his girlfriend to Europe yesterday morning.
Oh.
Big trek.
Right.
So he's been gone for 30 days or so.
And he'll be back for the wedding, yeah?
Yes, that's what she said to him. You make sure you're back.
Yeah.
But also to give your lawns a bit of a feed too, with this beautiful rain that we're having. A lot of the lawns, like the buffaloes and kikuyu and all the ones that are the running grasses, it's probably a little bit early to feed them because it's still cold, the soil for them. But most of your other lawns you can get out there and they give them a feed, and the rain will help water it down into the ground as well.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea. So what about weeds? I must admit they're already starting to get a bit strong again.
Yes, weeds are, as I say, weeds are plants growing where we don't want them to grow, and they tend to grow the best and the strongest.
Yes.
But there's a lot of that yellow-flowered oxalis out at the moment, which looks like clover, but it has that long stem yellow flower.
Yeah.
It's the sour sob used to, when your kids go through and pick and suck the ends off because they were a bit sour. But it's very hard to get rid of, so you can either smother that or cut it down really low with either your lawnmower or your whippersnipper type thing, and or the iron-based the lawn food that can hit it too. But some of the best ways to do it is still the glyphosate, but only used half strength, about 5 mils per litre. But you've got to be careful; it will kill whatever else is around.
Yeah.
But sometimes, if it's really, really bad, you might have to sacrifice certain areas to get rid of it, because when you pull it out, it releases other bulbs into the soil and will just come up more.
It's like Patterson's curse is the same. All those little seeds, they start again if you spread it about when you try and kill it.
That's why you've got to try to kill that before it starts to flower. And same as capeweed. Any of those ones, it's best to try to get on top of them before they set their flowers and their seeds, because a lot of them will, especially capeweed, the seeds will stay there even though you think you've cured the plant. The seeds will set into the ground, so you've really got to try to get them before the flower comes.
And they also spread with the animals, because the birds might get the seeds and then pass them somewhere else. Also, we've got sheep, and I think if they eat them, then they come out the other end.
That's it, yeah. So it's best if you can. I know it's not always good, but try to either poison it, but if you don't have too much, even hand digging and putting it in a black plastic bag to solarise it and kill the seeds. If you don't have too much. I know if you've got a lot through paddocks, it's a really hard way to do it. But,
you need almost a skip.
You get perseverance. You've got to just keep on doing it.
Exactly.
Years. And if everyone does it, we won't get the seed blowing around.
That's right.
Another thing that you can do at the moment is set some area in your garden beds for some beautiful dahlias, which are summer flowering plants that grow from tubers that you plant over the next couple of months. Spring planting, summer flowering. And they'll last you for years and years, and beautiful big cut flowers with those. They look like the big. You can get flower sizes the size of dinner plates on them. Beautiful plants, especially if you like to bring flowers inside or just even have them in the garden. they're a good one to look out for to start planning and planting. And then soon we'll have a lot of spring veggies that we can pop in the ground. So the more that you can put in your garden beds now, your manures and composts, the better that they'll be when it's time for planting, and the plants will really take off.
Yeah, so is there any seeds you can put in now for veggies?
You can still put your leafy greens in now, so your spinaches and silver beet and spring onions. You can probably put some of the carrots in, but things like your tomatoes, capsicums, cucumbers, eggplants, the ground's too cold still at the moment. But you could try growing some in either a little hothouse or inside somewhere where it's warm, so that by the time the ground's warm, it's a good time for plant. But probably over the next few weeks, I'd still put a little mini hothouse or something over the top of them when you put them in the garden, just to make it a bit warmer for them overnight.
It just needs another month, doesn't it? And that'll be fine.
Yeah. So I know everyone wants to jump in, but it depends what sort of frosts we get in late August, early September.
Yeah.
To how early we can plant even beans and things like that. So it's very close to start doing it. Just depends on how sunny and warm the days get. We don't want it too hot too quickly, but a bit of warmth to warm the soil up would be good. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's all really good. All the things we need to be doing. Are you guys involved in the block this year, or is that not on?
No, we're not. We're not part of it this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
we did our share of it over the years.
Yeah, you've done many years of it. Yeah, that's right.
I've done most of them, but I think but 2 of them, I think.
Yeah, that's good. You have a good week, Kathy, and thanks for joining us. And we'll catch up with you in September.
Yeah, then we'll be really kicking on to the beautiful spring weather.
I know. It'll be fantastic.
Yes.
All right. Cheers.
Have a good week, Thurston.
You too. Bye for now.
Bye.